bigger mission this year to really make sure that we're intentional about reaching different states, hear what their needs are as Haitian Americans, or
showcasing their businesses, their products, and obviously, like, I would say with it.
This was their idea, was to come up with this project, and they were actually going to come up with a box like Taste of Haiti.
Nice.
So, a lot of people in the U.S. every time they came wanted to buy it. However, when they left, people kept reaching out.
Good morning. Good morning. Again, my name is Jean-Jacques. Welcome to another episode of Satganjio, Reimagining Philanthropy plus IT. On today's episode, we are meeting with the Georgia Haitian-American Chamber of Commerce. We're here with Ronald, who is the current president for until 2025.
Until I'm replaced, we re-elect somebody else and appoint somebody else as president. So.
Now the chambers basically plays a crucial role, I guess, in advancing the business and economic interests of the Haitian American community in Georgia. So Ron, if you don't mind, just give us a little bit of introduction about yourself, as well as an overview of the chamber's mission and what some of its objectives are.
Sure. So, well, let me say greetings to you, Debbie. Greetings to everybody who is following your page. My name is Ronald Cetoute. I am the current president of the Georgia Haitian-American Chamber of Commerce, as Debbie mentioned. I guess a little bit about me. I am originally from Miami, Florida, and I am currently living in Atlanta, Georgia, and my background is very diverse, so I won't go into too many details about it, but I do have a strong background in education, specifically higher education and entrepreneurship. And I've been involved with the Chamber since 2016 when I moved to, shortly after I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. So I have been big on mixing entrepreneurship and education together. That's just kind of been my thing since I've been in both sectors. And I bring that to the chamber as well. And that you'll see a lot of that play out through some of the initiatives that we have throughout the chamber as far as what we provide for the community and our members. So yeah, I think I'm going to stop there because my background is, anybody that knows me knows I have like a lot of stuff going on in the background, but we'll probably get some of it to seep out into this conversation.
Of course. Now, my next question for you is, how does the chamber basically facilitate businesses and professional development within the Haitian community in Georgia? And are you restricted to only Georgia?
Well, that's a good question. So, I am, our focus is the state of Georgia, of course, and we're based in Atlanta, so we naturally gravitate towards the Metro Atlanta area, but we do have a bigger mission this year to really make sure that we're intentional about reaching different states of Georgia, pockets in the state of Georgia where we find there's small Haitian communities or just a presence there at all. Though Georgia is our main focus as far as the area where we take care of, we do have members that are actually in Florida, New York, Haiti. Yeah, see, yeah, you're one of them. So we in this digital world, in this global economy, I think it's hard to stay just within the area that you're in because the internet connects us all. And so there are some things that we have and initiatives that we take part in that allow people from outside of the state of Georgia to take part in. But yes, we focus mainly on the Metro Atlanta and the state of Georgia for the most part. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I might have forgot your question. So some of the initiatives I believe you're
yeah, we were about. Yeah, yes, we were.
Yes, so the initiatives. So the chamber has quite a few initiatives that we're focusing on, and one of them is we do a lot of we've been focusing a lot on the members lately. For the past 2-3 years, we've made a big emphasis on giving the members what they need. And it's still something we're actually exploring, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly assessing, trying to get surveys done because we want to see how we can best make sure that we serve the members and hear what their needs are as Haitian Americans, or we do have some non-Haitians that are member of the chamber, but as regular business members in the community on what they're needing. So some of the things that they have, our members have at least given us feedback on is trying to see if we can create niche groups and communities within the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of played out into one association that we've launched, which is the Georgia Haitian Real Estate Association. So that we have a lot of realtors, a lot of people in the real estate space investment, and myself, I'm an investor as well. And so when I saw so many of them, I'm like, look, we need to create this association. This is a niche group, and they were asking for it anyway. And so we're super excited because last year, I finally convinced one guy to be as crazy as me and his team, and they launched the Georgia Haitian Real Estate Association, which falls under the chamber. And we want to duplicate that or replicate that within
Mm-hmm.
different industries so we can make sure that our members and those within the community are really finding those micro communities or sub communities, if you will, that really speak to them or help them to where they need to go. Of course,
Oh,
go ahead.
see, I keep interrupting you.
That's all right. That's
Well,
all right.
I was gonna ask you, to add on to some of your programming. How do you guys actually measure impact and to make sure that you guys are being successful in the goals as well as the little niche communities that you are creating? How do you guys measure impact?
Yeah, no, that's a very good question. And so this is something that's actually um we're starting to measure these things, right? And that's mainly because a lot of these initiatives are new. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I became president back in 2022, and that first year we spent that year just getting restructured, organizing, and trying to implement things to get things going for the members. So really, I think we're at the point where we're just now starting to measure what success looks like. And a lot of it really is we look at certain things in KPIs as far as, you know, um, are the members satisfied with this initiative that we've taken based on their input, their feedback
Mm-hmm.
they've recommended to us? You know, what is the participation or engagement rate like for these initiatives now that we've rolled them out? Um, how do we, when it comes to as far as even, one metric that is very obvious but we don't stick to it because I don't think it's the only metric, but definitely what does that look like in terms of how that's economically impacted them or financially impacted them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the, a few of the members have reached out from the association, and, they've already let me know that, hey, by being within the community, they've already made their returns on their investment just from becoming a member, right? So, for example, one realtor, you know, joined the chamber, and just from just coming to the networking events, he feels like this was the best investment that he's made. He came in at the highest level, which is just $500.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, well worth the investment because it's brought him so many deals, partners for, as far as lenders, that he can now connect with, people he can do business with, other realtors, investors, people that are looking for homes within the community, connecting with the churches. This is something that's becoming valuable to him because now he's already built a little ecosystem around him from that community. So I think these are certain things that we kind of have to measure. It's going to take a little bit more effort because now we have to go to specifically certain members to say, hey, what has been what are some things that has happened to you by joining the
Remember,
chamber,
I
becoming
mean,
an
I've
associate.
experienced that with you guys with the program, well, my beta program last year,
Mhm.
whereas like, you guys were helpful on onboarding at least 10 members to
Yeah.
participate in the initiative, whereas it helped me to basically measure my program to see whether
Yeah,
or not it's of value to the community, as well as if whether or not I am better pricing myself.
yeah.
So for sure that I would say being part of the being a member of the chamber actually have add-ons to certain initiatives that like people are actually doing. So my
Right.
next question would be like somewhat related is the aspect of like, you know, how does the chamber promote bilateral trade and investment between Georgia and Haiti?
Oh man, that's an exciting question. So very exciting because when I first joined the chamber, my initial thought was like, oh, it's the Haitian-American Chamber of Commerce. Had no idea what a chamber was or what they did. I just figured it was some Haitian organization that did something. But I naturally thought they did stuff with Haiti. Uh, and I found that a lot of chambers, Haitian-American chambers, I could say, don't actually do that. They're focused
Mm,
on the community, which is fine. That's their objective, focus mainly on the Haitian American community that's local. So that's when I founded the Bell Initiative program, which you've
hmm
probably heard me talk about before. And we focused on bringing entrepreneurs from Haiti to the US, giving them exposure, connecting them to resources, providing formal entrepreneurial education with the intent that they go back to Haiti and build their companies, their programs or projects, whatever they're working on, uh,
hmm
and scale them up so they can have an impact within their communities in Haiti overall.
There were
So,
some great initiatives that I noticed. There was one person, I forgot her name, I think Daniela. She had a honey business.
yeah,
And
Daniela.
she also like participated with you guys. And I was just like, oh, that's pretty dope. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
to
yeah.
have the opportunity to then come learn here and then
Hmm.
go back home and basically implement what it is that they've learned to their own business and probably grow. And I know like the current market in Haiti doesn't really provide that opportunity, but you
Yeah.
guys did.
Well, and I think that so one thing that I need to mention is that it builds their network too,
Yep.
because when they leave, they have now a connection to the U.S. market. Now, what
Mm-hmm.
they do with it is another story. However, some of them have capitalized on it. We've been actually testing out some things with them, and with the alumni. A few of them, we tested out the idea of uh, leveraging the US market, which is a more stable market versus
Mm-hmm.
focusing putting all your eggs in the Haitian market. Instead, have your hands in both markets or different markets. And so, for example, one guy who has a digital marketing firm, he while he does have clients in Haiti, we became his first client, the Bell Initiative program, and then the chamber, and then he got introduced to other
Yep.
people because they started saying, "Hey, who does your work? Who does this? Who does that?" And we connected him, and eventually he's expanded to 4 countries.
Nice.
Just from taking himself outside of the Haitian market, which he wasn't going to do. He was like, "No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm focused on Haiti." But when we kind of opened his eyes and pushed him a little bit more, that now became a reliable stream for him. When the Haitian market is a little volatile,
I mean, that
system.
in itself is a beautiful market because, you know, in the age of technology, you can actually work virtual
Exactly.
jobs. And I think it's for us within the Haitian community, we should not exclude the youth that has, you know, tech experience. And there will
Absolutely.
be an asset to us.
It's what I call digital trade.
Yes.
And so I think that is something to leverage. I mean, this guy has gone to, France. I can't say which other country because I think I can get him in trouble by saying which other country. In Canada, he has clients in different countries. But
Yeah.
that's the beautiful part about the technology side. And I think that's an opportunity for a lot of people in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I will say now that we have, with this program, I've done a lot of thinking because we were doing it year after year after year. And I wanted to have a more of an impact and be a bit more, how can I say this? In the terms of the new saying today, uh, my wife had to put me on because I'm not really on social media like that. But I wanted to stand on business. That's the best way I can really put this. I said,
I
look,
mean, I guess I'm in your same basket because I didn't know that.
like I didn't know what it was. Everybody kept saying, I'm like, what does this mean? I literally Googled this one. I'm like, what does stand-on business mean? So I said, oh, okay, then you're taking care of business. Okay, so I said, all right, I want to be more intentional, got an education background. I pushed the education, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, how can we be a bit more direct? So this year, uh, I said, one of the things that we're working on now is we actually are going to have our first delegation, our first trade mission from Haiti to the US.
Okay.
And this is exciting for me because it's literally focused on, look, we're coming to do business. That's it. Let's miss the fluff. Let's miss all the extra stuff. This and that. Nice education. That's cool. All those things are nice. I'm not saying they're
Can
not.
can we stay on that topic a little bit? So
Sure.
you mentioned a trade show, basically entrepreneurs from Haiti to the US,
Yeah.
and this is going to be hosted in Georgia this
Yep.
year?
Yep. August. So it's a trade mission, not a trade show.
Okay.
And a mission pretty much is and you'll see different trade missions if you Google it around the country. I don't know if people know what that is, but essentially it's a group of businesses or people from an industry that will go to another country
Mm-hmm.
and they try to find, it could be partners, suppliers, investors. They can be looking to buy products, whatever, just pretty much doing business or trade, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
between to facilitate trade between both countries. And so we see a lot of that happening, but not a lot with Haiti. Georgia is top 10 when it comes to international trade, in terms of doing business. And there are not a lot of Black countries that are involved in those billions of dollars that are being moved around throughout the state. And I know Haiti is definitely not even one of the countries that are even in the zone for them to even think about doing this. So we're looking at it, and I think that's pretty much what the chamber's job is, in my
Yeah.
opinion. We're wrong, but our job is to promote bilateral trade, showcase the opportunities, and make sure that our country back home is involved in some of the commerce that's happening, and activity that's happening within the state of Georgia and the US. So
Now,
that's what we're going to be doing. That's going to be July 28th to August 3rd this year.
okay. So does that mean you could not necessarily outsiders, but would you guys consider with these entrepreneurs, though this is a mission, but like would you guys do like a bazaar, I guess, like not a trade show, but
An expo?
yes,
Yes. So there is actually an expo the day of that Friday. So we will have
Friday
a
of
big
July or August.
of that'll be August 2nd.
Okay, I'll put it in my calendar.
You want to come through? Well, the gala is the next day too, by the way. So you have something to do.
I'll put it in my calendar.
We'll send you a special invite. Yeah,
That
but
is,
it'll
if
be
anyone
excellent.
wants to join, we'll put it in our calendar and we will
Yes.
join and support these young entrepreneurs showcasing their businesses, their products. And obviously, like, I would say within the Haitian community, there are a lot of individuals that I've seen that they have like those Taste of Haiti is one of them, I believe,
Mhm.
like where she actually sourced most of the like all her products in
From
Haiti,
him.
and
Yeah.
then basically we sell it to the market. And I applaud the work that she do. I know there's Bobo Lakai as well, and there's I think there's others, but those two are like the top
I
top two that I
yeah, yeah.
know.
Well, I'd be
If there
remiss
are
if
others,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know you. I'm sorry.
Well, I want to throw it out there because there is one that came out of our program, the Bell Initiative.
Which
So
one?
it's called highspot.com.
Okay.
Yes, so I actually am very involved with that company. I guess you can call me a partner or whatever. But they came up with the idea because a lot of them had products in the 2019 cohort specifically. I have to say them because they're going to be mad at me if I don't shout them out. This was their idea, was to come up with this project, and they were actually going to come up with a box like Taste of Haiti.
Nice.
A lot of people in the US, every time they came, wanted to buy. However, when they left, people kept reaching out and say, hey, how can I buy these products? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you would have to actually have to send me the money, and then I would have to send it to them in Haiti. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is getting out of hand, guys. We got to control this. So literally created this e-commerce platform called highspot.com. And they can list their products. It's pretty much a Haitian version of Amazon. You have a
Nice.
warehouse in Atlanta. They store the products over here, and people can actually buy the products online,
I
receive it in.
was just about to ask you, what's the situation with shipping?
Yeah, so don't worry about international shipping. The idea is that we've taken care of the hard part
Okay.
and we've made it easy. All you have to do is go online, buy, click buy, and you're getting a normal shipping time as if it is coming from the US.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them vendors do choose to send it from Haiti because they have shipping experience.
Mm-hmm.
But what we've essentially done is taken the hard part of shipping directly from Haiti out of the equation for the customer and let them order it directly online from a warehouse based here in Atlanta.
That's
So,
really dope. And if anyone, you could say other entrepreneurs who are, you could say currently in Haiti, for them to, I guess, like be listed as one of your partners or even like to list their products, they will
yeah,
go through the process of being vetted to see if whether or not their product is up to standards, I'm assuming.
absolutely. Yep, that's exactly the case. You got it down pat. So, very, very simple. They just apply to become a vendor, go through the process. As long as they're approved, they can list. We help them facilitate the shipping. We have certain dates that we ship, and then they just join that shipping. And the beautiful part about it is, even if they want to, what made it difficult was that some entrepreneurs who are starting out, they don't have the ability to ship. The shipping fees sometimes aren't worth it to test the market. So let's say I want
Hmm.
to send 20, 30, 50 of my, I don't know, pieces of chocolate to the
Yeah,
US. Sometimes the shipping fees don't are by the time you finish shipping it, you're not going to make enough money back to cover or recoup that cost.
that is true.
So we found a way to kind of bring them all together so we can actually cut down the shipping costs and send it over here together. That way we help offset what it might actually cost them, and they can actually test out the market without worrying about, hey, I need to ship like
Items. I mean,
200.
with the current market, I would understand. I would figure that, well, figure, is that the word I'm looking for? I would expect
Mhm.
what I'm looking for. I, I would expect you guys to run into some challenges, especially with the current market. And I'm assuming that you guys ship probably in OCAP, in well, Cap Haitian, um, rather than Port-au-Prince.
Um, we've still done Port-au-Prince. We've had our ups and downs, but
Okay.
we try to time it. It's been a little interesting the past couple of
Hmm.
months, but yeah, we still have been doing Port-au-Prince.
Okay.
It hasn't impacted us that much to a degree, as far as yes, traveling, maybe getting the product there. You know, the streets are hot in
That's
Port-au-Prince. So,
that is true. But now, I guess, like with the same question, what are some challenges that the chamber has, has experienced over the years,
mhm.
I guess, to fulfill its mission and how it has overcome some of them?
Yeah, so that's a good question. One of the biggest things I think that we had to really get over or tackle was taking care of our members. And
Mm,
it's kind of like if you're not taking care of home, it doesn't matter if you go to work and everything you do at work can be great, but when you leave the house, everything is great. But something just ain't right when it's at home, when
hmm.
you don't have home taken care of. So we've had to make sure, and we still are doing this, which is making sure that our members are happy and that they're getting what they need.
And I applaud
Essentially,
you guys for doing surveys and basically reaching out to people that have um, um, even feedback, sometimes
yeah.
negative feedback.
Yeah, it's tough to hear. I mean, any
Yeah.
organization or company, it's hard to sometimes just say, okay, what is it that you have to say? What's the honest feedback? And just be honest without, we want to be we don't want to be
Unbiased.
biased.
Yeah.
So we just have to ask the hard questions. Hey, are you satisfied with this? How could this be better?
Hmm.
What's things that you would do better? And we got to listen to what people say because that's essentially what's making us better now. So I think that's been the biggest thing. And now that we have built some foundation there and getting a lot of traction with the members, it's now allowing us to actually now do things, continue on with our initiatives, like the Bell Initiative, the Trade and Investment Mission. Shout out to you, Debbie. We can't go over that initiative with the nonprofit initiative that we've launched with you. These things now allow us to create things that are interesting and little sects within the ecosystems that people can now jump into because we have something of value to give to them. And it's created typically by the members.
That's true.
So that's one of the things I'm trying to foster because I came into the chamber that way. I
Mm-hmm.
came to the chamber as one of my mentors who was past president, he let me come in and build something. And so I try to pass that on to other members like, hey, come into the chamber. If you see something that's lacking or you want to see happen, I'm inviting you to create that and we'll help you build that. So that way we're bringing more value to you and everybody else in the chamber who might be interested in what you're doing.
Mm. And honestly, I love that. And the fact that you guys are leaving room for opportunity and also create a sense of inclusion, which
Yeah.
is big, which is very much needed in our community. So my next question to you is, what future plans or goals does the chamber have for advancing the interests of the Haitian American community in Georgia?
Oh man. Did you say events too?
I mean, that could be one of
Okay.
them.
Yeah. So oof. All right, so we have quite a few things we're baking up. Not just events. Every month we have a networking event. But we try to be very intentional about those networking events. One of the pieces of feedback our members gave us was maybe the events can be a bit more educational or intentional versus just
Hmm.
networking. So we try to add a theme to it. And so for example, last month was taxes, as you can imagine, some obvious reasons.
Yes.
Uh, this month, we're actually going to be doing funding. So it's going to be a networking event, but we'll have a panel of how to gain access to funding for your business or organization. So
Yeah, not just nonprofits requires funding, but also businesses requires funding. There
exactly.
are grants out there for LLCs.
Exactly. You're right. We're going to have different people on the panel, people from the nonprofit space, people from government contracting. We'll have somebody with crowdfunding, somebody a venture capitalist,
Nice.
somebody from the bank. So really different areas so you can see, okay, these are different ways. Which one best fits me based on the way I'm structured and what I'm doing. So
Hmm.
that's something we know is a big thing, not just in the Haitian community, but really um all the
Broad.
Black people,
Yes.
minorities. As you know, this is a big problem overall in terms of the diversity as far as who's getting access to some of these funds. So
Hmm.
I'm glad we're tackling that. Next month, of course, is going to be Women's History Month. So that's always been a big one for some reason. The past 2 years, I think we've done something and it's like all the ladies come out. So we'll be doing that, but every month is a theme. So just go on our calendar and you'll see that. We're also going to be looking at we're changing our status from a 501(c)(3)
Hmm.
to 501(c)(6), and we'll still have the 501(c)(3), but it'll be a foundation. So we have the GAHCCI Foundation, actually, which just got approved. So we actually do have a foundation now. And the chamber itself is a 501(c)(6), which will now allow us to do other activities that don't restrict us because we're
You're a chamber
charitable.
versus a
Right.
nonprofit. Yes. I mean, it's funny because I was having a different recording with Caleb on basically the different statuses of nonprofits in the United States. And I was just
Yeah.
like, I need to reach out to Ron.
Oh, you're going to get on our case of being a
Yes.
501(c)(3)? Well, one of the things when the chamber was founded, that was something that they just started out with. They were like, look, we want to be a charitable organization.
Hmm.
And so that was the intent, and it served its purpose at the time. But now that we've grown so much, and the members are saying this, and I have to agree, it's like, okay, well, this is a chamber of commerce. What kind of activity? Why are y'all so involved in charity? This is one of our complaints. Why are we
Yeah.
so involved in charity?
Yes.
And I said, I mean, this is a good point. They said, we love it. We love the charity. We really do. But
But
we join because I got a business and it's not charity. And that was one of the criticisms we just had to listen to for years. And we just had to acknowledge and say, they're right. This is the Chamber of Commerce. And though we were founded for this purpose, it's now evolved And so that's why we finally changed the status to 501(c)(6), so we can now start getting involved with lobbying for and advocating for our businesses, being a part of initiatives, which one I'm very excited about, but I can't see yet.
I know.
I can't say what it is yet. Oh, okay, maybe Jacques told you. But we're involved in that. But these things allow us to now do things in a very effective way for our businesses and our community, because the more we're empowered as a community, to be honest with you, Debbie, the more we have a voice back home too. As long as we are struggling just to make things meet here, uh, the harder it's going to be for us to actually do things that we really want to do, because we still have to take care of the small things at home. But the
Exactly.
more we're empowered as a community and strengthened as businesses, professionals, etc., we can now call upon each other and say, this is what we want to happen in our community here. This is what we want to happen in Haiti, because we have the resources and the bandwidth to do it.
It's like let's invest here, let's invest there. Basically, now you are given voices and leverage to people with businesses to make better decisions instead of them just sending money here and there. Instead, they have like concrete initiatives where they can then invest in and be able to be like, hey, I want to invest in education, or I want to invest in infrastructure, or I want to invest in policy reform, or whichever one. You are able to like guide them. And with having the chamber now as a 501(c)(6), you guys are able to make better decisions and also like I guess get more involved in certain initiatives that can ultimately impact the LLCs that are registered with you guys. Not just the LLCs, but some nonprofits well that are registered with you guys.
100%. And we'll still have both sides of the foundation if we want to do but yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The more we're empowered, the more we have businesses that are strengthened, the more economically stable we are, the impact. We can now go to the state of Georgia or whoever and say, this is the impact that we're having on this community, and we demand this. Because
and kudos for you for measuring that. I think that's something we should advocate for every Haitian nonprofits out there. Measure your impact.
Absolutely. We got to do that. We got to do that because we're leaving stuff on the table.
Yes.
And when you don't measure the impact, again, it's easy for people to tell you, or how can I say this? You don't really understand the value of yourself to a degree. You might feel valuable, but sometimes you have to show people what that is. Like Haitians are we're the second largest immigrant Caribbean population in the state of Georgia, after Jamaicans. A lot of people didn't know that. That's a very big deal. Yeah, that's a very big deal. Now it's what we have to do is now take that and measure how much we're having even an impact now, economically. But then we take that to the business and say, hey, look, this is what we're doing for your community. Look, this is what the impact that we're having in the state of Georgia. And we now can come to the table with the voice because we know exactly how we're contributing. But if you really don't know what you're, how you're impacting.
Like you have this project, you fed this, you fed that. At the end of the day, your numbers need to you need to come correct with your numbers. And just like any initiative, like it's fact-based, and at the same time it's evidence-based. So it's just more so like, I guess, like whatever initiative that you're working on, make sure that you have paper trail. Just like when you work your 9 to 5, you have paper trail. Keep paper trail of everything that you do.
You got it. You got it. You got
it. So I guess my last question, well, one of my last questions for you is, how can individuals actually or businesses get involved with or supporting the chamber?
Oh man. So there is first step, which is the easiest, which is to actually just join the chamber. Going to our website, GAHCCI.org.
Which will also be linked.
Yep, it'll be linked. You just go there and then you can actually become a member. Again, you don't have to be in the state of Georgia. You can be of course, we recognize businesses and nonprofits, but if you're just a professional, you can always be connected to the ecosystem as well, because professionals are still very much needed to the businesses that are are involved or members of the chamber. The other way is looking at some of the initiatives that we have, whether that be the nonprofit program, which we're going to have a cohort coming up hopefully very soon.
The Bell Initiative.
The Bell Initiative, Georgia Haitian Real Estate Association, um, anything that we have going on, or even the committees. We have the events and programs committees, membership committee, um, community relations, communications and marketing, whatever committees that we have within the chamber. If you see yourself just wanting to get involved, feel free to join those committees as well once you become a member. And then if there is something, like I said, and I'm glad you said this, Debbie, the way you expressed it, you said it so beautifully, there's still room for you to be included and for you to create something that you don't see within the chamber. Of course, it has to fall within our mission and what we're up to, but if you don't see something and there is something that the chamber should be doing, there's room for you to actually build that, and we'll be behind you to help support, create it, and make sure that that comes to life. Because again, this is an ecosystem. We depend on one another and we feed one another. So we're going to pour into you, but we expect you to pour into back into the community as well. So you can also follow us on social media at Haitian Commerce on Instagram, at GAHCCI on Facebook, and I think we're on LinkedIn as well. Yeah, LinkedIn, Georgia Haitian-American Chamber of Commerce. Twitter hasn't been that active. But those other 3 platforms, you should be fine.
That's wonderful. And thank you for that. And I guess my final question, my final lesson. Oh
You
my
can
God.
ask as many questions as you want, Debbie.
Of course. But my final question, I swear, final question is, I know that the chamber is basically now a 501c6. But I guess my question ties into nonprofit somewhat.
Okay.
So what is wrong with me today? What does reimagining philanthropy plus IT means to you?
What does reimagining philanthropy and IET look to, how does that look to me?
Yeah, in the context of IET, what does reimagining philanthropy actually looks?
I believe that it really needs to be intentional and strategic.
Mm-hmm.
I also reimagine it in a way that we're operating at on a higher level. We are as a community, very passionate, and we exert a lot of energy, and we are committed. I want us to take that and be just as diligent in becoming the best and the smartest and strategic, so we can be just as competitive, and we actually become reliable resources when it comes to philanthropy in Haiti. And I mainly speak for Haitian-led organizations or people that are doing work that are of Haitian descent. I think we have a lot of people that are not of Haitian descent doing work in Haiti, and nothing wrong with that. I applaud them. I'm excited about that. However, I think when people are of Haitian descent and they naturally have a tie or a natural anchor in Haiti, so they're going to stick it out long term. We need more Haitian-led organizations and philanthropic activity in Haiti, so it can be intentional. It can be, how can I say this? Within the best interest of Haitians and Haitian Americans. And that way, that gives us our own voice, and we can decide as a people which direction the country is going to go or our community is going to go. When we're empowered like that, and we know and we believe that we can do it because we're competent enough to do it, I think that philanthropy in Haiti is going to look much, much different, and it'll be much more effective because we have the competence and ability and the capacity to do it. And I'd like for us, when there is a crisis in Haiti, for everybody to turn around and say, we're going to turn to these organizations
Yep.
because we know them, they're Haitian led, and they have the best intentions. So here's $10 million of the US money going to these organizations to do good work and charitable work that's going to impact our country. And we can feel rest at peace because we know that most of us would have the best intention for the country and our community.
I
That's how
love
I reimagine it.
I honestly love that, and thank you for that. I won't add anything to it, but I
Feel
love
free to.
every no, no, no. I love every piece of it, and I think it's I welcome people's diverse feedback on the whole context of like trying to imagine philanthropy when it comes to Haiti, because everyone like when I asked that question, I guess everyone's feedback or response has been quite different, and it's like it shows you the necessity for us to actually change the narrative around the country or around the sector and also have better impact. And again, but I appreciate you actually sharing that with me. And we're actually coming to a close.
Oh,
I
no, no.
appreciate I appreciate you joining me today. And of course, we'll talk again. I will link all the necessary links to the chambers so that people can actually, sign up for membership as well as learn more about the chambers, social media handles as well, and any resources that could help anyone out there who actually wants to learn more about the chamber. And of course, on August, okay? I'll put that in my calendar.
August 2nd, July 28th to the 3rd. And if you want to be one of the people that meet any of these business owners and entrepreneurs,
Uh-huh.
feel free to reach out, we can set up, the whole week will be set up for pretty much appointments and business meetings. So,
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll see you on the next episode.
all right.
All right then. Bye.
Thanks, Debbie.
Welcome.